you guys, I want to tell you about one of my students. So he's been working on writing his own songs, but like a lot of musicians, he hits that wall. He's got a cool riff or melody, but he doesn't know what to do next. There's no drummer, no bass player, he's got to do absolutely everything. And that's exactly where Moises AI Studio comes in. It's like having a creative partner that helps you fill in the missing pieces of your song. A tool that understands your musical idea and helps you build on it. So Moises AI Studio isn't just another AI music generator. It uses the context of your original song idea, the chords, rhythm, and feel to actually work with you, not for you. So you give it a musical idea, maybe a guitar riff, a vocal, or even just a bass groove, and the AI listens. It understands what's going on and builds around it. It's context aware, meaning the parts it creates fit your music. Me particularly, I like using Moises AI Studio to create different backing tracks or to create more professional demos. So let's jump right in and I'll do a quick backing track right now. All right, so as you can see, I'm on Moises AI Studio. And this is the browser version. I'm gonna hit click on create project. I can just do Moises demo. All you gotta do is drop your file here. It's just guitar with a tiny little bit of chorus. And I did maybe 2 go-arounds of a verse, 2 go-arounds of a chorus. The generative AI in Moises, it actually adapts to your playing. It's like you're playing with a bandmate. There's a couple of things that you can do. You can set up the AI auto detect for the metronome, and what that does is it analyzes the BPM of the song, and at the same time it actually analyzes the different chords. If you look up here, you see that you have your different chords. So the AI might actually give you a couple of chords that aren't correct. So what you can do is you can click on the particular chord that you're going to fix, right click, click on the root note, it's an F, it's a major chord. All right, all set. I've got all my chords written down. I think this is a very important step because this way it makes sure that you have correct notes. And when you start generating stems or different instruments, it makes sure that everything's right where it's supposed to be. And this is just a simple track that I recorded. It's just one guitar, a little bit of chorus, and it's just going through a verse section twice and then a chorus section twice. All right, so that's the verse section. Let's go into the chorus. So let's start adding in a couple of different things. So I'm gonna go straight into the stem generation section, which is this guy right here. I'm gonna hit a couple different instruments. So we've got drums, bass, guitar, and others. I'm gonna start with drums. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna drop in a few different styles. So you got AI match, which all this does is, it's almost like you're playing with a particular drummer. And you just send him the file and you're letting him do whatever he wants. But if you go into any of these different presets, it's gonna play a particular style or genre of music. So I'm gonna hit AI match just to see what it comes up with. Then I'm also gonna hit maybe ballad just to see what happens. Do Nashville, let's do heavy, and let's do trap. So we already have the AI match. Let's look at arena. That build-up right there shows you how Moises AI Studio looks at the context of what you're doing. It senses that there's a change in the music, so it's going from verse to chorus, so it builds it up. Let's look at percussion. Heavy drums. So I think up until now, the heavy drums might be my favorite. Let me take a quick look at the trap drums just in case. I kind of like the blend between the trap drums and the heavy drums, so I'm gonna keep both. We're all set, all good with drums, so I'm gonna head over to the bass section. And I'm just gonna pick a few of them. So let's do maybe fusion, heavy, because this sounds more like a rock track. Let's throw in a trap bass as well. And let's do AI match again. Fusion bass is already up, so let's listen to that. All right, so I'm just gonna stick with the heavy bass and the trap bass. So let's add a few more instruments. I'm gonna add in an acoustic strum guitar. Now let's look at this little thing down here. It says using 5 tracks to generate. What that means is that it's analyzing the 5 tracks that we already have on screen, and it's using those to create the new stem. So it's using the context of the track to create the new track. Now, another important feature that I kind of want to show you guys is this thing down here. If you click and if you laid out the project chords like I did at the beginning, you can click to opt in to use those chords particularly or to not use them. I prefer using it because it adapts particularly to the chords that I have written out. And I'm gonna throw in an acoustic strumming guitar, acoustic finger picking, acoustic rhythm, and rock overdrive. All right, so another cool feature we have here, and it appears on the stem generation section on any of the different instruments. I'm just gonna play along with the strings, but you can go down here to these options and you have creative control. And this will simply allow a little bit more creative control over the different type of stems that you generate. So you can play along with condition strictness. This just means that the stem is going to be pushing a little bit more of the preset, whichever preset it is that you select. Context strictness, that just means that it's going to follow along your audio a little bit more strictly. So it'll play along with the track that you upload a little bit more, or it'll play a little bit more freely. And then finally, you have harmonic strictness down here, which, as it says, it'll strictly follow chords or the key of the context of whatever audio you have uploaded. So right now, since you've seen the gist of how it's creating these new tracks, I'm just gonna throw in a bunch of new stuff. We can go in here, I'm gonna use strings, because I love strings, lo-fi keys, electric piano. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a listen at the different guitars. First is the first acoustic. Sounds good. Then finger picking. Acoustic rhythm guitar. I'm gonna lower those a tiny bit. And this is the overdriven guitars. I do not want those overdriven guitars on the verse section, so I'm gonna hit edit. So around this second here, I'm just gonna select this whole section, silence it, replace existing, and now as you can see, the rock guitar is only in half of the backing track. Let's take a look at the strings. Sound really cool to me. I love strings. Lo-fi keys. Sounds pretty cool as well. And then let's add in a new instrument using this feature here, which is the prompt. You can describe a particular sound. So you can say a distorted electric guitar and just generate the stem. So right now I'm using a ton of tracks. The amount of tracks that you can use varies depending on if you're using the demo version, the free version, the premium version, or the pro version. So you get a different amount of tracks that you can use. All right, now we have the custom guitar. Let's see what that sounds like. That sounds pretty cool as well, but I kind of prefer the rock overdriven guitar we already had, so I'm just gonna keep that. Let's take a quick listen as to how all of this sounds together. And that's it. So to export everything, you can just click here in this simple export feature, or you can go down here and apply a little bit of AI mixing. So just start the analysis of all the 12 tracks that I have on here. All right, so now let's go into the AI mixing. It's finally done analyzing, and it gives you a couple of different options. So sample rate, format, export. You can export the full mix or the mix and the stems. You can pick and choose between a variety of different styles. I'm just gonna stick with what it gave me, which is pop. And then here you can play around with presence, like if you want to pan any of the instruments, if you want to add reverb to any particular instruments, and you can play around with all the different tracks that you have on here. I'm just going to export as is, hit export AI mix. It's going to process it. It'll take a couple of seconds, and within just a matter of minutes, you can come up with a really good sounding demo or backing track. And this is especially great for someone like my student that I was talking about right at the beginning of the video, because if you have just a guitar riff, you can come up with a full pre-production or demo and then send it out to your different musicians. Or if you're someone like a content creator and you want to do the same thing, you have a particular idea, you can create a full-on track, and it's all ethically sourced, right? So I finished up the backing track. I took the final mix and I ended up recording a solo over the top of that. Let's take a quick listen. Now let's talk about a couple of important details. AI Studio is available on desktop and web browser. You can access it through the mobile app as well, but it's just not as complete just yet. Now I know a lot about the different worries you might get from using AI tools, but don't worry, any music you make with Moises is fully owned by you as long as it's your original idea. Moises doesn't use your projects or reference tracks to train their AI models. And in general, their AI models are trained through their own licensed music. So you can say it's more ethically sourced than some other AI type of tools that you can find out there. Everything that you do through Moises can actually be used commercially. Again, you end up being the owner of your own creations. If you're like my student, you can come up with your own guitar riffs, but don't know exactly what to do on drums or bass or keyboards. AI Studio is definitely the tool for you. It can help you make more professional demos that you can send out to professional musicians. It can help out if you're creating content and you need backing tracks. I'll leave a link below in the description box so you can try it out, and let me know in the comments what you end up creating.